let's talk about a really powerful idea today. What if financial discipline wasn't actually about willpower, but about engineering? What if you could build a system that just makes saving money happen automatically, whether you feel like it or not? Let's get right into it. I mean, really think about that for a second. How many times have you started a month with the best intentions, telling yourself, okay, this is the month I'm gonna save, and then life just kind of happens? It's a super common feeling, but what we're gonna explore today argues that this isn't a personal failure. It's actually a system failure. And that leads us perfectly into our first big idea, the willpower trap. This is really about diagnosing why the way most of us try to save money just doesn't work out in the long run. So, this is probably familiar, the save what's left model. Your paycheck comes in, you pay your rent, your bills, you buy groceries, you go out, and then at the very end of the month, you look at what's left over, and maybe, just maybe, you move that into savings. It seems totally logical on the surface, but it has a massive fundamental flaw. See, the problem is that this whole model puts the most important decision, saving, in the hands of the end of the month you. You know, the tired, stressed out you who's been making decisions all month long. Willpower isn't a constant thing. It's like a battery that gets drained. And relying on a drained battery to secure your financial future, that's just an incredibly unreliable system. And this quote just puts it perfectly. It's not a strategy, it's a gamble. You're literally betting that you are going to be your most disciplined, motivated self every single payday for the rest of your life. And, well, we all know that's just not how human beings work. Okay, so if willpower is the trap, what's the way out? Well, that brings us to the next section, which is a complete reframing of the whole idea. It's called discipline as design. This right here is the core mindset shift we need to make. We're taught to believe that discipline is some kind of moral virtue, a character trait you either have or you don't. But the reality is so much more practical. Real, sustainable discipline isn't about trying harder every single day. It's about designing a system, one time, that works for you, especially on the days you don't feel like trying at all. And that's it. This distinction is everything. Once you get this, you see that the goal isn't to win a new battle every month. The goal is to make one single, smart design decision up front that makes all those future battles totally unnecessary. So, how do we actually build this system? Well, this brings us to the really practical part, the automation engine. This is the simple, but honestly, life-changing switch. You just flip the old model on its head. Instead of saving what's left at the end of the month, you automatically save first. Then you're free to spend what's left over. You pay yourself first. And the mechanics of it? They're incredibly simple. Step 1, your salary hits your account. Step 2, an automatic transfer that you already set up instantly moves a piece of that money into your savings or investment accounts. And step 3, you just live on whatever is left. There's no decision to make, no moment of hesitation, it just happens. And here's the cool psychological trick behind it all. When that money is gone, before you even really have a chance to think about it, your brain doesn't see it as a loss. It just adapts. It sees the new, smaller number in your checking account and says, okay, that's our budget for the month. The saving happens painlessly in the background. Now, building this engine does way more than just help you save. So let's talk about the deeper benefits, which we'll call the system's true power. So automation isn't just a neat trick, it's a full-blown strategy. First, it protects that limited willpower we talked about for things that actually matter. Second, it guarantees consistency, which is the secret fuel for the magic of compounding interest. And maybe best of all, by taking these decisions off your mind, it just frees up so much mental space and cuts down on that low-grade financial stress a lot of us carry around. And this is the absolute core difference. With manual saving, being consistent is just a hope, an aspiration. You hope you'll do it. But with automated saving, consistency is structural. It's literally built into the architecture of your finances. It becomes the default setting, not a special effort you have to make. And here's why that structural consistency is such a game changer. Just look at this chart. Investor A starts at 25, automating a small, steady amount. Investor B actually contributes more money, but they start 10 years later and they're not as consistent. Look who ends up with more wealth. It's not even close. Automation protects your most valuable asset in investing, time. And that's really the bottom line. Every single month your system runs on its own is another brick you've laid in your financial future. A brick you didn't have to remember, you didn't have to feel motivated to lay, and you couldn't accidentally forget.
Okay, we've covered the why and the how. Now let's boil all of this down to one single, powerful, and totally doable step. This is your one action.
And here's the key. Don't get hung up on the amount. You don't need to start big. The goal right now isn't to max out your savings. It's just to build the system, to prove to yourself that it works. You can start with an amount that feels almost laughably small. The real win is just getting the system up and running. It all comes down to this number. One decision, one action that you take one time that can literally change your financial path forever. So here it is. This is the single most important takeaway from our whole conversation. Sometime this week, just log into your bank's website or app and set up one recurring transfer. It could be to a savings account, an investment account, whatever. Just make it automatic. That's it. And this is the most empowering part of it all. You are literally building a machine that will carry out your best intentions even on your worst days. This system doesn't care if you're feeling motivated or lazy or stressed. It just works. So I'll leave you with this one last question to think about. Are you going to keep relying on trying harder every month? Or are you going to take a few minutes to build a system that just works? The choice is yours.